In the annals of human history, there are names that echo, and then there is Alexander, a man who didn't just live in the world, he reshaped it with a speed and ferocity that defied all logic. By the age of 30, he had conquered the known world, forging an empire that stretched from the Mediterranean Sea to the Himalayas. He was never defeated in battle. Not once. He led his armies through impossible terrain, against insurmountable odds, and emerged victorious every single time. Historians call this military genius. At Hidden Logic, we ask a different question. Was Alexander the Great the first human being to figure out how to break the simulation? To understand Alexander, you have to look past the history books and into the anomalies of his life. His story doesn't read like a biography. It reads like the patch notes of a reality being aggressively updated. Before he was even born, his mother, Olympias, dreamt that her womb was struck by a thunderbolt, igniting a fire that spread across the earth. His father, King Philip, dreamt he sealed her womb with the image of a lion. From day one, his existence was marked by signs that he was not a normal player in this game. He was a preordained event, a glitch waiting to happen. Consider his most famous early feat, the taming of Bucephalus. This was a massive, wild horse with an ox-like head, an animal that the greatest trainers in Macedon declared untamable. Philip was about to send it away when a 12-year-old Alexander stepped forward. He didn't use force. He didn't use a whip. He simply noticed something no one else had seen. He realized the horse was afraid of its own shadow. Alexander turned Bucephalus toward the sun, so his shadow fell behind him. The beast instantly calmed, and Alexander rode him. This wasn't just horsemanship. This was an intuitive understanding of the mechanics of his reality. He saw the input, the shadow, and changed the variables to get the desired output. It was his first successful hack. Then came the conquests. Alexander didn't just win battles, he dismantled empires that had stood for centuries. At the Battle of Gaugamela, his 47,000 men faced a Persian army estimated to be as large as 250,000. By all conventional military logic, it was a suicide mission. Yet, Alexander charged straight at the heart of the Persian line, shattering their command structure and causing their king, Darius, to flee. He didn't play by the established rules of warfare. He rewrote them on the fly. He fought on the front lines, exposing himself to death in every engagement, yet he was never killed. It was as if he had activated God mode. But the most profound moment of his life wasn't on a battlefield. It was in the Egyptian desert, at the Oracle of Siwa. Alexander undertook a dangerous, seemingly unnecessary journey to ask the oracle a single question. He entered the shrine alone. When he came out, he was changed. His companions asked what the oracle had said. Alexander's reply was cryptic. "I have heard what my heart desired." From that moment on, he no longer referred to Philip as his father. He began to call himself the son of Zusammen. Historians dismiss this as arrogance or political maneuvering. But what if the oracle didn't give him a prophecy? What if it gave him the admin password? What if he was told, unequivocally, that he was not a character in the story, but one of the authors? His death was as mysterious as his life. At the height of his power, in Babylon, at the age of 32, he fell ill after a banquet and died within days. Some say poison, others say malaria. But the timing is suspicious. He had just announced plans to conquer Arabia and then move west to Carthage and Rome. He was on the verge of uniting the entire human race under a single banner. And then, just like that, the system pulled the plug. It's as if the simulation recognized that a single player had gained too much power, had altered the map too drastically, and initiated a forced reset. His empire fractured immediately after his death, returning the world to the chaotic state that the program seems to prefer. So, who was Alexander? Was he a brilliant mortal, or was he a glitch? A man who saw the wires and the code behind the curtain of reality and decided to pull them. He showed us that the world is not fixed. That with enough will, enough vision, and perhaps a little inside information, a single person can bend the arc of history. He was the ultimate anomaly. A player who finished the game so quickly that the developers had no choice but to delete his character. The question isn't how he did it. The question is, what could you do if you realized, even for a second, that the rules you follow aren't real? Watch this until the end to see where the trap is hidden. Because the trap is believing that history is written in stone. History is just code that has already been executed. The future is the code you are writing right now. Thank you for exploring the impossible with Hidden Logic. If you've ever felt that you are destined for something greater than what the world tells you, Maybe you have a bit of Alexander's glitch inside you. Subscribe to keep unlocking the secrets. In Part 6, we are going to look at the Akashic Records, the theory of a universal supercomputer that stores every thought that has ever existed. Are you ready to access your own file?